You gotta have the sound machine. See, if we're gonna do anything like this, that shit has to be on, okay? This is the weapon system that is Russian. That is what I was not allowed to say one word about on the day that I read the deaths of the dogs. What I was allowed to say was how I hit an emotional low point, and how I was not allowed to say anything. And this was still ongoing, and that I could no longer keep cooperating with it. It had nothing to do with the state of California. When I talk about California, I talk about weapons of mass destruction lighting up the entire West Coast from California, Alaska, Washington, all the way down through fucking Panama Canal. And you see it from space. It's really quite incredible. The fireballs that are left. I'm not talking about the fucking fire that burned down the porno center, because that's what happened. The fires are first. It's infested with Muslim Arabic terror groups in California. Israel, individuals, a large, huge society of people from Israel or who identify as Jewish, who are Jewish American, who are in the Arabic Mafia. They're with the Hamas terrorists. They work together in a criminal organizations called Arabic Organized Crime. That's what's infested there. There's massive amount of Japanese and Asian, Vietnamese, Chinese triad mafia in Los Angeles. That's what's there. And those Asian organized crime groups protect the Mexican drug cartel. That's what I witnessed when I was there. That's what was proven to me, that was the demographic, that was the population while I was there, what I witnessed, what I remember. That is what is burning down in LA. Okay, they proved it more by joining up with all the Palestinian Hamas terrorists and protesting against my fucking country that I fight to defend. They want to spit in my face while I'm sitting in a Hamas terrorist, Muslim terrorist cell, but everybody keeps getting to go on TV. Look at me, I'm on TV. The TV in the United States is what causes the weapons of mass destruction to strike all up and down from Alaska, the state of Alaska, all the way south on your western coastline into Latin America. Your fucking TV and what you had to prove to yourselves and to the wrong military. That's California. This was not why I reached a low point. The low point that I said verbatim that I had stated, I said in statement verbally on the internet, was because of the Russian weapon system that is in Washington, D.C. That is why this terrorist complex on S Street is cherished, is protected by federal law enforcement, U.S. Armed Forces out of the Pentagon, out of U.S. Navy Yard, DOD, is protected by Washington, D.C. Precinct Police and Virginia sheriffs in the county. It holds a weapons system illegally brought and installed from the country of Russia. It's Russian weaponry. That's where it's from. Okay, that's who said bring it here. Who brought it here? Donald Trump brought it here for Putin. It was installed while Donald Trump was in office his first term. That is what I have said verbally and in writing over and over again, is here in this property of 1509 S Street Northwest. That is why you see so many helicopters, and that is why you see so many construction. It is part of why it's more to it than that. How this weapon system, part of how it operates and functions, is through electricity. I have said that in verbal statement. I have witnessed the now deceased and dead William Murray operating that electrical system within the property of 1509 S Street Northwest. I have filmed him doing it. I have witnessed both these terrorists who are now dead, who used to live here, operating the weapons system. It has to do with the cable television a great deal. That is why there is still, to a person who does not live here named Pamela Kalowski, whatever her name is, I still pick up and receive cable bills as a business. Is Comcast Business Cable is still fully running in here and receiving bills and being paid by somebody, not me. William Murray, the very dead and deceased William Murray, is still alive and on record paying bills here. He pays for the power bill. He pays for the water bill. He pays for the gas bill. William Murray never died on paper. I have put up thousands of photos because it's called work, is what I did for work, of the weapons system. You go to Cross Streets, where this incident happened, 19th. It's a major street in D.C. 16th, a major street in D.C. It operates the electric system through the cables, electric cables, TV cables, so on and so forth. It operates through major avenues. And then you'll find it at corner sections, okay? It is one reason why when we go to 16th, around where I live, the police, DCPD, come to the corner intersection and do signal stuff and things with their cars, make noises with their cars. I'm barely speaking fucking English thanks to these scumbags. You make me sound and look like a fucking idiot now. But it has a lot to do with the weapons system. Okay, the way it works in this house. So it's installed on S Street. Let's go to S Street. This is where it is. Okay. So the police will come right here and they go loco here, make their noises and sounds. It affects the street and stuff and things underneath. You'll always see construction crews, Mexican men, working for the city, there. They never leave. That's for the weapon system. There's so much. I mean, if I started to get into all the stuff and things, this terror group that's protected by Biden and protected by Donald does to utilize and work this weapons system, I would be distracted doing this for hours. Okay, so we're going to stick to this. This is where it is. That white apartment building has a gang of Afro-Arabs who are cannibals. I've witnessed them all. All these houses up and down this one block are cannibals. Okay, this is where your ISIS complex is. Okay, this is the main center, ground zero. The weapon system that I can testify and I have seen used definitely is in 1509. All right, I have knowledge and have witnessed that. It works through, for example, inside the property of 1509, electrical currents. All right, that's why I'm very often upstairs turning lights on, turning lights off. That's why I'm very often upstairs or on any one of these floors when I'm told to do it, opening a door, closing a door. The electric currents run through the doors in your house is how the weapon system is installed. I do this on different floors. That is why I'm downstairs with the fireplaces where they have the metal and they have a lot of the gear set up for the weapon system underneath the fireplaces. I'll move the metal thing in the fireplace. That's why I say the attic of 1509 is super, super, super big deal. Even mentioning the attic is just do it with caution, okay? That's for, honestly, the agents. The attic is super big deal, okay? I hear them running around up there in the attic to this very day. I hear people, yes, I fucking know when I hear them. Okay, the weapons system is throughout 1509 S Street Northwest. It operates on this entire block, but it's certainly in this house. Okay, and so on any given day when the helicopters are going and they're here for hours and hours and hours. And I'm still not fucking allowed to talk about all the shit they do. And there's so many of them. There's got to be like, sometimes it's got to be, see, I'm not allowed to say this, but I'm not going to cooperate with this anymore. Not being able to say it's historical. I'm not going to fucking keep cooperating with this. Anyways, it's so many of them is historical. It's because the weapon system is centralized here. It's not just the dead bodies that they crawl through each house, dragging a corpse into a hole, and they chop them up here in this house, 1511, 1513, and they really chop them up, 1507, 1505, 1503. It's a gore show. I've witnessed all this fucking nightmare here. But it's just what they're doing here, dragging corpses and chopping them up and organ harvesting. There's a major weapon system here that runs off electrical current. So you got your lights, your electrical flow. You've got your doors, open the door, the electrical current. You've got that's just a drop in the bucket to the details of this electrical system, okay? And it's big time in the attic of 1509. It's gear, it's actual equipment, but it's hooked up to the city who protects it, Donald Trump, with the U.S. Armed Services, who is cooping. And at that point, when it comes to the satellites, there's space, satellites that are involved with the cable companies that shoot it down into the cables that run under the streets, the power, the electrical current. This is the stuff and things that I just don't have the education in, okay? And I've said this verbatim, verbally, and I've said this verbatim in written statement. I do not have enough information and education on how this weapon system thoroughly and fully functions to tell the public very much about it. And I've said this for years, and I've told the public for years, there is a weapon system here. So when I saw that dogs were getting shocked right around the weapon system and dying, I fucking hit an emotional low point. Because they're talking about the weapon system here. There's your 19th. It was like M, here is S. And I've done so many damn work on this, where I hit for the good guys, they're here. They flow it. They flow the weapon system through currents and cables, and you know how I'll hit here, something like that, and I'll circle it or I'll put numbers and stuff like that. So I work on this, and then they're standing on the street reporting it. It's killing animals. I don't speak very well English, so just deal with it. Whoever's listening, I'm fucking pissed. It's all their fault. They took my fucking words and made me sound like this. I used to speak a lot more better. Anyway, so it works on the street, the grids, okay? And to tell to the public that I know massive amount of it is not something I do know, because you have to be skilled in weapons systems, and you'd have to be skilled in some serious mathematics and things that I don't possess myself. So I have made sure I told the public, I am not a weapons system technician. I am not the one, but it's certainly here on S3 Northwest. I've certainly witnessed the terrorists who are all dead, but still alive on paper, doing it. Oh yeah, it's massive stuff. It's a drop in the bucket to what I just said. About what I witnessed. William Murray, he was the main one. He's also the one that's stuffing the chemical stenches, the manufactured chemical stenches. He made those. And so this is what I want to get clear. What this weapon system's capable of doing is this. And you'll remember what I said when I said this. It can explode up to 4 blocks at a time. So when you see me doing the row with the line on the street, and then a circle, and the numbers and letters, it's capable of this. Watch my finger, and when I say boom, I mean explosion. Boom, 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 boom. It can blow up 3 to 4 blocks at a parallel or a horizontal direction at a time. Boom. Boom. And it can do this. It operates through satellites. It can do this in cities overseas. It can attack targets and blow up to 4 blocks in that city's, the targeted city. Boom, 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 boom. It can do that from Russia, or now that it's here in the United States, it can do that from DC. That's these good guys who fly over this house. They dismantle this all the time. They have degrees in stuff and things. I wish I could just talk to them, but I'm a witness to all this, and that's why I witnessed so much fucking combat in here. And I am allowed to say that I have witnessed the Washington, D.C. Fire Department directly involved with this weapon system. Directly. For multiple years involved. Primarily upstairs in the room right over mine, where they killed people all the time too. It's absolutely savage what they're doing in the United States. And I'm going to get off and put this up on the Great American Thieving and Robbing Terrorist YouTube. I'm going to put this up and say weapon system, dead dogs, and so you can clearly see what the fuck I'm talking about and why I was so upset. Now you know why I was so upset on YouTube. It had nothing to do with California and their porno lab. It had to do with the goddamn weapon system, and I'm still wasn't able to talk about it. Heidi just can't talk. Heidi can never talk. Why these fucking pigs this morning were right here in a big black fucking tinted car with his blue light going about 5 miles an hour right past my fucking porch. But Heidi can never talk. Fuck you, and fuck you again.